What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumbass. Like and subscribe. Hype. Monday video. I usually don't do Monday videos. I usually just, because Monday is Monday. And you know about Monday, Loon Day. Yeah. But I had some coffee. So let's go. Anyway. Yeah, so it continues. Look, okay. So I listen to Dirt. I listen to Paris. I listen to most of the Xbox content creators. Whether it's religiously or, casually, whatever, sometimes I'll listen to the opposition only to get that other side, that other perspective, like Mystic Ryan, I think his name is. I subbed to him a long time ago because I thought he was kind of, even though he's a Sony channel, he doesn't seem to be a pony. He's just a fan of PlayStation, and he has a couple of more brain cells to rub together, more than, let's just say, Lono, whatever the hell, or who else? I mean, anyway. So what has been happening? I just watched Spawn Wave. He did a little. He's more on the Nintendo / PlayStation side too. I think a lot of people are kind of divorced or shun away Xbox because of the bad connotation that it has garnered throughout the years. But they don't realize like how Zeitgeist. Well, they know what Zeitgeist is. They know how it works, but they're just not taking that into consideration. And the tides change. It's like, when video games started, right? It was like Atari 2600, and then ColecoVision came out. ColecoVision was better graphics, but Atari was bigger, so everybody was Atari. And then Atari shat the bed. Nintendo came through. This is only in America. Like in Europe, Sega was blowing it up, and it was computers and stuff. The video game market didn't crash per se in the UK, but in America it did, because Atari just went belly up and whatever. Then Nintendo, Sega Master System, Genesis, Super Nintendo, blah 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 blah, right? But you see how the tides, change every generation, or every kind of giant movement, or what's more important than anything are the mess ups of the big whoever are in competition. Atari messed up bad. Boom. The industry crashed in America. Everybody thinks it's the whole world, but no, it's just America. But anyway, it was big enough for Atari to be like, nah, bro, no more. And then Nintendo came in and took the market up. They took it from Atari, And so it was Atari, and then it was Nintendo, and then it was Sega. It was Genesis was more popular than the SNES. Let's be real, right? And then Nintendo, not really. They were like, Sega with the Saturn. And then Sony came in and took it from both of them, And then you can argue that the Dreamcast was there, but then Sony did what they did to make sure that they didn't come up, because the Dreamcast was on track to take it back. But and then Xbox came through and said, well, disturbed but by then, the PlayStation 1 was boom. Then the PlayStation 2 solidified Sony's position. PlayStation 3, not so much. Xbox took it back. Boom. Because Sony messed up. So all of these changes in direction, changes in zeitgeist, changes in who's number one, happen on the errors of the one that is on top. That's how it is. Always happened. When the champion slips, fumbles, celebrates before they cross the finish line, and somebody else passes them and wins. And that's what's happening right now. PlayStation's on top, and they fumbled, and they celebrated way too early. And right now, Xbox is just sitting back looking like, all right, yeah, we about to flip the nitrous switch on these fools. I have a feeling if Asha is true to her word and she wants to be number one, then she's gonna do what she needs to do. And that means that there is a balance. Let's be real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Amy Hood is still there. Amy Hood is still, for lack of a better kind of connotation, is that she is still messing up, if you will. She's still forcing the hand of the overall company to do things that are antithetical to consumer, well-being. Let's just say that. But what Asha is doing, and what Matthew Ball said, he said, yo, we know we're going to lose some money by not putting our games on, but exclusives are important, blah, 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 right? And then I was like, okay. And then what happened recently? Oh, it was, it's a bunch of, Comic-Con just happened, right? We're not going to talk about it too much, but there's a whole bunch of trailers, Doomsday and all that stuff. That's cool. But Netflix and I think Paramount Plus and all these fools came out with all of these. It was Apple TV came out with all of these like kind of nice shows and movies. I'm like, yo, I want to watch that. I can't because I don't have Apple TV. Exclusives. That's the whole thing, is exclusives. And we could be like, yo, I know, like, honestly, deep down inside my heart, I'm like, yo, if there were no exclusives, everybody could enjoy everything and blah, blah, blah in the whole world. It would be a media frenzy utopia for everybody. That's not how the world works. It's about capitalism. It's about exclusivity. It's about, yo, you got the stuff here. You want to come to our club? It's exclusive. Sign up, pay your money. Let's go. That's what it is. And so while Phil Spencer's notion was nice, this whole gaming utopia, everybody gets to play everything wherever they, that's not it. And Apple TV proved it to me this past Comic-Con. I was like, yeah, I want to watch Matchbox with John Cena and what's her name, Justin Timberlake's I don't know if they're still married. Yeah, I was gonna say Jessica Alba, but I said Jessica Biel. Stealth, watch that. Anyway, yeah. So the whole, we don't even need to have a discussion or reanimate the discussion about exclusives versus Game Pass versus anybody who's pro Game Pass and anti-exclusive. You need to go away. You're not in this discussion. You can have your feelings hurt. You could be like, wah, I want to save money. That's fine. Everybody wants to save money. The reality of the situation is, if you want Xbox to exist and to compete, exclusives are necessary. And like I said, this past Comic-Con proved it. They got it on Paramount Plus. They got some new Avatar freaking shows coming out. Avatar, The Last Airbender, Aang's whatever, Legacy or something. It's like he's older, like between when he was a kid and when he was super old, or like, I guess his grandson or whatever. They did it when he was more. I was like, oh shoot, I want to see that. Even though it's like, it's kind of CG/2D. I was like, all right, I'm going to watch that. That's good. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that they got. I think they have 2 actual shows coming out for Paramount Plus. But anyway, back to what I was originally going to talk about, which is PlayStation and the community. I think it was Does It Play? I think they posted something. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but someone posted something along these lines. August 3rd, I believe August 3rd, they are planning I guess it's a worldwide protest of PlayStation. Now, I mean, these things happen. This stuff, people post stuff like, but I've never seen like the backlash that PlayStation is having. Plus, it's continuous. It's not like, oh yeah, they're forgetting about it. Oh yeah, they saw a new trailer of Wolverine and then they forgot about it. PlayStation put out a new trailer for Wolverine, the story trailer. I watched it. I was like, that game, ever since somebody posted the thing where Wolverine looks like the monkey boy from Jumanji, I was like, I can't unsee it. It's a grown-up Jumanji monkey boy. I'm like, yo, I mean, I saw it, right? I saw Wolverine before the monkey boy connection, right? I was like, I mean, he doesn't look like Wolverine. He's got the hair cut and the hair, but not his face. It's a little soft, ain't it? It's a little un-Wolverine-ish. Because Wolverine has like a certain brow and a certain nose and a certain face. It's like, yep, that's Wolverine face. That's not it though. So I was like, when they put that up and they put the picture of the little monkey boy, And I was like, oh, hell to the no. And then I saw King's reaction. I was like, yeah, man, look. Anyway, so August 3rd, they plan on doing a 7-day blackout of PlayStation, meaning no logging into PlayStation, no playing PlayStation, no buying anything PlayStation. You just turn it off, you push it aside, and just watch Netflix or play on your phone. Do something else. Hook up your Xbox, play that. Play your Switch, play your ROG Ally, Xbox Ally X or Ally White Boy Edition, whatever. But you don't do PlayStation. Now, I just watched Spawn Wave, and he was like, maybe, no, or was it Alex? One of the two. They said, maybe a week is too long, maybe a couple of days. And I'm like, no, a week is, if they can do a week, then that says something. But the most important thing about what is going on is that like I said, I believe it is what I can't remember what the thing I said. Anyway, does it play? Yeah, they said that they didn't want to affect the not the publisher, but the devs or anything like that, and the game makers, the studios. So that's why they did it a week, and it's just a message. And they looked at, I guess, what was coming out, and there's nothing really big coming out during that time. So it's like it's not that difficult to say, all right, we will chill with not play PlayStation for a week or whatever. And I mean, that's admirable. I certainly do appreciate the thoughtfulness in what they're doing. But then I think Spawnwave said if you really want to hurt Sony, you do it when Wolverine comes out. And I was like, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work, because people want to play Wolverine, and they're gonna be like, whatever, I'm gonna play it. Shoot, And plus, it's about zeitgeist once again, and it's about content creation. So if something's coming out and you need to make videos about this new hot thing that's coming out for your channel to make money, that's the business. So you cannot expect content creators where they're living is making content on YouTube or wherever to not do that, because that's literally their job. So that won't work. And that's not to say that Wolverine is going to be a better game than like Spider-Man or whatever. It's just it's positioned that way, and people are curious, and people are assuming it could be a hot piece of trash garbage game. Honestly, I'm looking at the game and I'm like, the graphics, they're okay. They're not like, oh, they're the best. And the problem is like, you keep seeing they do the cinematics and stuff, and like, that's a cinematic. Of course they look beautiful, whatever. And then they switch the gameplay. I'm like, that's a downgrade. You could tell like the shadows and the lighting is different. I was like, And every time I see that game, they keep showing all these cinematics and all these to make the game feel and look good. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, And I'm gonna be real, it feels like the game is more flashy than there is like substance. I'm like what is the gameplay loop? You go, bam, bam, you kill this dude, you fly over to this other, bam, bam, you kill him with the knife in the face, and you kid. What is it? Is that it? Are there puzzles or something? I don't even. I'm like, what's the stage format? What's the area format? Is it like an open world, or is it a sandbox? Or I have a lot of questions, and it doesn't seem like what they're showing answer any of the questions. I'm just like, and plus with the face thing, I'm like, I don't know about and even like Jean Grey, I'm like, come on, bro. The ugliest version of Jean Grey exists in the Wolverine game made by PlayStation. Tell me I'm wrong. Every other version of Jean Grey in existence looks better than what they're putting out there. Why is it a mission for PlayStation and Sony and Insomniac to have ugly females? Now, that's subjective, but I'm just saying, objectively speaking, look at all the Jean Greys, line them all up, pick the ugliest one. PlayStation. Thank you. Even Peter Parker was the ugly before they changed his face to make him look more like Tom Holland. He was ugly too. He looked like he had an afro. I'm like, what his mama look? Did he have I don't know, Pete. I don't know. But anyway, this blackout, this movement is another indication of what is going on. And right now, there is no going back from what is happening. The momentum of this movement, and not just the blackout movement. It's just the no diss, no buy, the evil Sony, blah blah blah. And look, I just watched Alex's video, and PlayStation, Sony, they are literally evil, slapping you up against the face with their phallic member, because and this is from Alex's video. I didn't do any. I just watched Alex's video. I said, that's not real. That is not real, Alex. You lying, Alex. He's not lying. I don't think he's lying. Look, I'm gonna look it up later, but I'm gonna say, based off of what Alex said, PlayStation, Sony is literally making a record player. What? The record player doesn't play digital records. It plays physical discs. Literally the first physical discs to ever exist in existence of existenceness. Not words. It's a vinyl record player. And I'm like, you're killing physical discs for PlayStation, but now you're putting out a new product, hardware, that plays the oldest physical discs that consumers could buy. Customers, excuse me. We have to stop using the consumer word, because that's a bad word. And so I'm like, are they really this stupid? And then, not even that's one thing, right? That's okay. I mean, Sony makes music, so are they gonna press the vinyl, or are they gonna hire somebody? It doesn't matter, because they have to have physical discs for their record player. Anyway, the other part is there was a patent that leaked for the new PlayStation controller. Okay, first I watched that dude who's I don't know what he is, but he's like, I'm a game developer, solo game developer, blah blah blah. He did a couple of songs, dissing Sony and stuff, and I was like, okay, he's cool. He's definitely eccentric, but he's definitely cool. So he did a funny video about the patent for the new controller, and it was a joke video. Go watch it. I'm gonna try to find the link and put it in the comments, but go watch him, and he's funny. But anyway, a patent leaked about a new PlayStation controller. The PlayStation controller literally has no physical buttons. I'm like, yo, how? I mean, look, I understand that these things were in motion before they did the no physical discs and all that, but yo, it's like y'all are just Maddie plays. You better be talking about stepping on rakes right now, because PlayStation, I said they painted all the rakes blue, and they said, that's you. And they went and said, I'm gonna step on them. I'll be right back. You know what I mean? And so the patent is based. I guess it's you can move them. It's basically like a screen or a couple of screens on the controller, and you can move the position of the buttons and the inputs wherever you want to. I'm like, yo, how are they so inept, or just blind, or they can't read the room? Whatever it is, they don't care. Now there's just a patent. If they put this out, forget it. It's done. Nobody likes touch screen or touch controls for controllers, especially if you're gonna be a fighting. Like, they just put out what should we call it, a beta, whatever, open beta for the Marvel Tokon fighters, whatever. No sane person in their right mind would use like a phone for a fighting game input. No one would do that, because you need that tactile buttons. It's is it faster? It's arguable, but still, it's about the tactile. You can feel it. There's different. There's a different response when you're pressing a physical button versus a digital screen, and maybe the latency is less on the physical button. Maybe, I don't even know. There need to be. I mean, I'm sure there are tests that have been done, but I would say 100% of fighting game fighters who got people who play fighting games play with physical buttons. And so I'm like, how you gonna put out a game, Marvel Tokon, and then you gonna put a patent with no button? How? What? Yo, it's like they're trying to take out all physical. At this point, PlayStation, you should just not have a console because y'all ain't physical is gone. So why are you gonna have a console if you don't have nothing else? Nothing else is real. No buttons, no games, no console. Just do the PlayStation app, which is look. I give credit to King. King said it. PlayStation is just gonna be an app. I'm thinking that might be true. I'm thinking that might be true. I mean, they got a long way to. They are the last. I would think. I'd probably say they're just ahead of Nintendo, but not with this past outage of Play PSN. I would say I don't know. I don't know. AWS goes down and the PlayStation's done. All digital future, and then AWS goes down, and then you ain't got no PlayStation no more. Come on, bro. Look, if Asha and Xbox, if they're not seeing this and they're not saying, yo, we need to do something. We need to do something to ensure that we don't look like PlayStation right now. We need to do something to let our customers know y'all are first. We hear you, and we're going to do this and that and the third to accommodate your desires as our customers. Anyway, I'm sorry. I had a bunch of coffee this morning. Oh, man. But yeah, man, PlayStation is once again continuing to circle that the drain of the eternal abyss of darkness. That's where they should be, because that's what they are. But anyway, a little update on the music stuff. I'm gonna do music updates, I guess, at the end of every rant. So I started. The next song is called Helix. Now I know that Marlon Gaiman was working on a Helix song or whatever. He was like, "Oh, I need money to go to the studio," but I don't need money. I got my own. You know what I'm saying? I do my own. Anyway, first verse done. Hook is done. I gotta just do the bars for the second verse, and then it's basically done. I gotta mix it. I've been messing with the mix. I'm still trying to fine tune like my sound as far as the mix goes. So be patient with the different kind of. There's going to be like differences. If you have the ear, you'll hear it. Differences in the mixes as the songs go. So I'm still trying to find it and get me my default setup, if you will. But I like what it's doing. I like where it's going. I like today. I just added the bass because I didn't have a bass because it was all like orchestral stuff, and I was kind of using the orchestral notes as the bass. And I was like, wait, I need an 808 in there. So I threw it in there. I was like, all right, there you go. So it gives it a little bit extra push. But yeah, it's coming along. It's really nice. And I'm on track for a mid August release. Probably second week in August, because I'll probably finish writing the bars this week. Obviously, I mean, yeah, I could write that like probably today if I tried, but I'm not gonna rush it. I need to start on the visual part of it. And so let me know in the comments though about the visual part. Like the last one, I was just like, let me just try something. I saw somebody do a I think it was Ducky 3D. That's his name, right? He did a little tutorial about the thing and the geometry nodes, and I was like, let me try that. And I tried it, and I tweaked it, of course. I didn't do it exactly how he did it. And so I was like, all right, that's cool, just to have something on there, like for a lyric videos. But now I want to get a little bit more advanced, a little bit more complex, a little bit more eye-pleasing. But at the same time, I don't want to spend too much time on the visual element, because that honestly, I'm gonna be real, the visual part of these videos is what takes the longest for me, because I can spit out freaking tracks and no problem. I can spit out a track done, finished in a day if I work at it for like a nice 8 hours or whatever, like how Eminem used to go in the studio, 8 hours, just then go home. If I did that, yeah, song would be done. Music part anyway, and then part of it will be written too. So I can do that part easily. But the video stuff takes forever, and then rendering it. I went to render that last one. It took probably it was more than 12 hours. It was probably like 17 hours to render that thing, and that was just at 1080p. Um, and I think I'm going to start rendering it at 1440p for a little bit of higher resolution, so that'll even take longer. So it's I don't have a powerful computer. I'm just rendering on a laptop basically, so that's why it takes so long as well. Um, but yeah, just let me know what y'all think about that, and I've got some ideas for some different slash better visuals, but it's all going to be like that, evolving as it goes, and I'm gonna get a better pipeline so I could just throw them out and keep it moving. But yeah, I'm on track to get this one done, and then after that, once again, once a month. I said that, and I want to try to I want to keep to that, because what's happening with PlayStation right now, it warrants us to keep talking about it, and I'm gonna keep doing songs about it, and that's what's up. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I appreciate you hanging out. Hit me in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the Blackout that these fans are planning. What about the PlayStation physical phonograph, record player, physical disc, and the maybe future buttonless PlayStation controller? Come on, son, you can't make this up, man. Oh my gosh. And it's not, look, it's not even like Xbox, because I haven't been watching. I mean, I do watch the Xbox channels, but I've been watching like the channels that are quote unquote neutral or whatever, but tend to lean PlayStation or ignore Xbox. Like I said, Spawnwave is one of those, and it's all bad news on PlayStation side. So it ain't me. I ain't doing. I'm just saying. Hey, that's what happened. Write it down. Boop beep boop boop. That's in my bars. Let's go. So anyway, I appreciate. I'll talk to you on the next one. Till the week.